What is going on, Jets fans? This is Luca here from Gang Green Chronicles, coming back on a Sunday after the Jets upset the Cincinnati Bengals and came back from 16 points down, 39-38 on a great play from Breece Hall towards the end of regulation, throwing the touchdown pass to Mason Taylor, who lost his defender. And I'll say this for the record. For most of the second half, I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch this game. And it's not because the Jets were bad. And I remember saying last week that essentially that I didn't watch the game last week or most of the second half last week because the Jets were boring to watch and it was grimy and it wasn't enjoying. This was different today, and it had nothing to do with the Jets' product in the field today. And I apologize that I'm jumbling my words here, but I was in church when I saw the notification that Nick Mangold died. Mangold was not only a Jet legend on the field, but off the field. He was all about the fans off the field, going to tailgates. I think he had like some sort of barbecue sauce or a certain type of sauce that he would want everybody to try. Mangold was one of those players that you were proud to root for as a Jet fan, especially during the great years of 06, 08, even though they make the playoffs, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2015, when the team was playing well. And even when the team wasn't playing well, when they had bad seasons, he was still like the shining star. He was essentially, as I said, he was one of those players that you wanted to root for as a Jet, that made you proud to be a Jet fan. He was the heart and soul of those teams. He was a captain of those teams. He was my favorite Jet of all time, and that's what broke my heart ultimately. It wasn't, and not to say, I'll say this. I never cry for when athletes pass away, especially legends like Mutombo, Kobe Bryant. You could go down the list. And obviously, there's been Jets players in the past who passed away. Could go down the list, whatever. Dennis Bird, but to see it, to hear Mangold pass away, and a couple weeks ago he was asking for the kidney transplant. If you guys don't know, when he was drafted in 06, he had a rare genetic kidney disease, and up until recently, obviously it affected him, and he was asking for a kidney transplant. Unfortunately, he did not get his wish, and he's sadly no longer with us. And some people are outraged, saying, the Jets blew it. They blew the number one pick. So first, let me say this. The Jets still have the number one pick. I don't know what the Saints are doing this week. I don't know if they play tomorrow or it's a bye week for them. But we'll see how that goes. Obviously, if you're the Jets, the players should be happy. They finally won. And I'm glad for them. I'm glad for Aaron Glenn to finally wipe off the stench for about a week. You could say 2 weeks because they have the bye week. But it's all about sustainability. Show in 2 weeks that you learned something, that you actually know how to win football games. And again, the Jets overcame the odds this week. To be fair, and I'm being completely objective here, they overcame the odds. Justin Fields overcame Woody Johnson's stupid comments. But you look at it, show some progress. Say, you know what? We're not just good enough with one win. Let's build off it. Let's get 2 wins. Let's get a few more wins. Because Jet fans essentially all season have been waiting for this type of victory. Competitive through most of the game, grinding out a victory. And some of the games weren't competitive. So I think the coaching staff deserves credit. I think the team deserves credit. This was a win, in my opinion, and regardless of your thoughts of tanking or not, and I'll say this, even if it wasn't such a bad day today for the organization in terms of Nick Mangold's passing, I would have probably been pissed. But I'm going to put that off to the side because my heart really sunk today. And I shouldn't even say my heart. Jets fans' hearts sunk today. Nick Mangold wasn't one of those players like, oh, well, some people liked him, some people didn't. No, every single Jet fan who watched Nick Mangold play football for the New York Football Jets, number 74 at center, loved him. It wasn't it was loved him. That's what breaks my heart. So I'm glad that the organization won today for Nick Mangold, and I'm sure Nick Mangold sent a blessing from heaven. That's why I understand people being happy about the win, because you did it for Nick, for number 74. He should be a Hall of Famer one day. He should absolutely have his number retired because he did so much for the organization. I know Olu's wearing number 74. I know I remember when they put Nick Mangold, I think it was in 2022, in the Ring of Honor. Actually, the Saints are playing right now. I just got a notification. Regardless, I'm happy that they won for Nick. In summation, I know it's a jumbling of words. I'm happy that they won for Nick. You got to show progress, obviously. You don't want this to be like a lone win or lone few wins and be like at the end of the year having some sort of status quo. I'm happy they won for 74, and I think that's what today was about. People are rightfully, I understand the people that are upset about the whole tanking thing and whatnot, but today was for 74, and that's what I got to say. But if you guys haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe. Tomorrow will be a Victory Monday stream on the basis of, I'm gonna name it Victory for 74 with Nick Mangold as probably the thumbnail. The thumbnail. I almost lost my words there, but today, I know it's going to sound emotional. Today was for 74. I love you, Nick. Hope you're watching over us all. My favorite Jet of all time. He truly emboldened what it was to be a Jet. I couldn't be more happy that I watched him play. Couldn't be more happy that he was my favorite Jet. So this one was 74. This win was for 74. Talk to you guys later.